Chapter 2. The charity gala was a minefield of polite smiles and predatory questions. Every handshake, every air kiss was a transaction. And tonight, Lena and I were the hottest new commodity on the market. My father's company had bought a table, a $10,000 declaration of corporate virtue, and he'd insisted I attend, with Lena. It was the perfect opportunity, he'd said, to show everyone that his daughter wasn't just a shark in the boardroom, that she had a heart. If he only knew my heart was currently a leased asset. Lena was playing her part to perfection. She wore a slip of a dress the color of old gold, and it caught the light of the chandeliers with every breath she took. She laughed at my father's terrible jokes, charmed his business partners, and kept a hand resting on the small of my back, a point of contact that was both contractually obligated and setting my entire nervous system on fire. Clause 6A. In the event of prolonged social engagements, continuous casual physical contact is required to maintain the illusion of established intimacy. You two just seem so natural together, a woman named Beatrice cooed, her eyes darting between us. Beatrice was my chief competitor at a rival firm, and her smile was as sharp as a shard of glass. I must confess, Chloe, I never pictured you with someone so vibrant. It was a backhanded compliment and a probe in all one. A test. My rehearsed answer caught in my throat. But Lena just squeezed my back gently. She keeps me on my toes, Lena said, her voice smooth as velvet. And I ground her. It's like she's the anchor and I'm the kite. She makes sure I don't fly away. The description was so shockingly accurate, so beautifully simple, that the air left my lungs. It wasn't in the appendix of fabricated memories we'd memorized. It was an observation. She saw me, and in front of everyone, she turned that observation into a poem. Beatrice was momentarily speechless, her smile faltering. Lena just gazed at me, a soft, genuine warmth in her eyes that made my carefully constructed walls begin to crumble. The ballroom, the orchestra, the entire charade faded into a dull background hum. There was only the weight of her hand, the sincerity in her eyes, and a terrifying, unwritten feeling unfurling in my chest. Later, as the auction for a gaudy diamond necklace no one needed began, Lena leaned in, her lips brushing the shell of my ear. "How is that for improvisation?" she whispered. My throat was too tight to answer. I just gave a jerky nod, my gaze fixed on the glittering diamonds on stage. My mind was a frantic mess, trying to reconcile the woman from the contract with the woman beside me. The evening eventually wound down, a blur of forced pleasantries and silent panic on my part. We were saying our goodbyes when I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was Beatrice, her sharp smile back in place. "A lovely evening, Chloe," she said, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "You know, it's funny. My niece is a graphic designer. She gets all her odd jobs from this one website. I think it's called A Companion for a Day or something equally dreadful." She held up her phone, the screen glowing. On it was a cached version of a webpage, and my own discreet, professionally worded ad was staring back at me. Beatrice's eyes glinted. "I just have one question. How much does an anchor cost per hour?"